What's up, fellow lords of gaming? Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Revolution. Today we dig down into an event that's currently going on that I missed out in my overview, and I think this is actually a really good event that they have going down, and let me explain why. Special companions. Basically, we've had this special companion system added on to us, and they've become intrinsically linked to the game, meaning almost that you have to have these special companions. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to have these special companions inside the game. They add on to your roster stats, they add on to the way you play the game, and they even become part of the way that you inherently are looking at building characters now. Because if you were to look at especially characters like Thor and Hulk being added to the game, they essentially represent a how you say this, they represent like a turning point in the game, because you're essentially looking at the characters and saying, I need to have this character because it's going to complete the way the character's played. It started out with Baron Mordo, in my opinion. Now that some people might feel different about that, but that's how I feel. Like Baron Mordo was literally the precursor to this. We almost knew that if you were playing a Magic character, if you were playing a Doctor Strange character, that you realistically needed Baron Mordo as your companions. That's essentially the way it panned out. Now, when you look at characters like Thor and it's not necessarily that these characters are needed, but they're good to haves. They're going to increase your collection stats in various ways, but they could be. So two of the ways that they've actually pushed these characters coming into the game is that if you go inside your Omega Season Pass, right, you'll notice that you'll get a companion summon box, I believe it is, all the way up here on the front end. And basically, that's basically you getting either Hulk or Thor. You don't know which one you're gonna get, but you're gonna get one of those characters unlocked for free, basically doing those, and you're gonna get the 1-star special companion. Right now, if you scroll across over here, you'll notice that they took away the in-game reward of you basically getting more shards of the companions. Right, that was essentially how they did it before. I like the way they have the Omega Pass set up this time, instead with a focus on the Omega Seals and the Invasion Seals and the Invasion Badges, because I think it's a better idea overall. However, they've also given players another way through the game to obtain these characters. So along with the 1-star character, you're also going to be able to obtain Hulk by simply playing Raid. Now, the event is set to carry out for quite some time. Like no shitting you. You know, you're literally looking at this event carrying from, I think it's like 12 days or something like that, 10 days or something like that. Basically, I think it's going till the 13th. I'm not exactly sure how many days that is, right? But it's a few days. I think it's like 13 days. So basically, it's enough time for you to obtain 10 shards essentially from the event. Meaning that if I go inside my raid, I can then use Thor or get Thor companion shards daily for completing the raid at various levels. It doesn't even make a difference. You don't have to be at level 5. You can start at level 1, and you could receive that reward once a day of getting a companion shard for Thor inside the raid. So it incentivizes you to play the raid. But now you're going to essentially get another 10 Omega shards of Thor. So that's basically now you unlocking Thor through that raid, right? So it's pretty cool. But if you pay attention inside of Blitz as well, you notice that Hulk is also available for you. So that's also going to be for the duration of this event, right? Basically from now till the 13th. So make sure you log in and do this. You're going to be able to collect Hulk shards inside here as well. So this is good, because this is essentially telling you just you're going to be able to unlock a level 10 character or a level 1 character. So now that's shards from both events, right? So basically I've gotten 10 shard, the base unlock, depending on whether it's Hulk or Thor, and then I'm able to collect shards for that character from the normal reward play inside here, and then I'm able to collect those from there. And then on top of that, with the in-game special events, basically the God of Thunder, where they want you to participate in Omega War and stuff like that, I'll collect another 10 shards. With the where is it at for the Dimension Duels? Oh, I completed it. I completed it, so it's not going to be there for me. I was like, what the hell? Where did it go? And then I realized, yeah. So I completed it, but the Hulk Smash event is also here. And so you're going to be able to obtain another 10 shards of Hulk BIOS, because it's basically a level 1. So basically between all of these, you'll basically be well on the path to obtaining a usable companion, because remember the companion has to be at three stars in order for you to be able to actually use. Otherwise they just add to the collection stats, but it's a usable way. Now there's going to be a lot of things that is going to be viewed about this in certain ways, right? And I don't find this to be unacceptable, because I appreciate the fact that they've essentially put a way for you to obtain, at the very least, obtain the companions that you're doing through the game. The companions have become an innate part of the system for the game, and locking them out by just simply putting them in the wallet is a little bit terrible, right? But remember, some of the other things that they're doing with the events that are currently going on is you're able to obtain like some of the companion shards, summoning shards, and things like that through various events that's going on. I didn't complete the half-year anniversary event because I told you guys this was going to be terrible, and I just had no focus on these things whatsoever. But you're going to be able to obtain some of these things from there, and this is a good thing. It's going to incentivize you to play the game modes, but it's going to also incentivize you to jump into the shop and purchase things. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, there's going to need to be some type of monetization effort by the game in order to get these things from you, in order to sustain the game. We can't just play the game for free. It's not going to be there. Now, but this is the part where it trails off a little bit, because when we're inside here, this is 1 per squad, right? So essentially what they've done is they basically incentivize you to basically get enough shards, right, that they then turn over and say, now you can go into the store as a 1 per squad, right? And you can finish out the leveling of that character by choosing which one do you want. You've had the opportunity to play with, to have both of those characters in your roster and see what they are, and now it leads you in to $26.99, and you get a 2-star special companion selection box for Thor or Hulk. So here goes the bad part about this. I don't feel like this is worth it still inside the shop. And what I mean by that is I think there's an overweighted value to a companion inside the shop, right? Meaning that at $26.99, this would have been great for just a 3-star special companion. That's the truth, guys. This would have been a good deal weighted for just a 3-star special companion selection box. I mean, I've got a 3-star character, and those shards that I'm achieving are putting me on the path to a 4-star character. Because let's be honest, they're basically selling you unusable characters, and then they're really trying to ramp up the value for what it's going to be to have a 4-star, 5-star, 6-star companion, because the amount of shards needed is insane. The amount of time needed to actually obtain those shards, by the time you obtain the shards for that character, to get that character at 6-star and see its maximum potential, you've already released other companions that de-incentivizes that takes away the incentive for me to level up this companion. And that's the part of the problem, is like there's no cycle to this. So you've ended up in this cycle where you're saying, I'm going to do this for you, and then I'm going to give you this character so that way they're usable, but I want you to invest in your companion summon tickets and obtaining your companion summon tickets in order to invest in getting more shards of those characters and pulling. But the problem is that you guys are releasing companions at such a rate that have no incentive, because the new companions will outshine other companions, and there's no roadmap for companions and what their stats might be or what they might look like. So I can't prepare for those, so my mind automatically goes into hoard because I don't know what's coming in. I'm not going to buy into people are not buying into the fear of missing out as much as they used to. And so now I'm looking at, well, I'm playing the game and I'm trying to do it from a free to play perspective. I'm going to hold on to these things. I'm going to just try to acquire, hold on to them, and I'm going to be like a squirrel and keep all this in my cheeks, right? So, but then you can see that's where we get into these bundles where they're then trying to sell you on companion Hulk shard tickets. And this is the bad part, is that it literally is how things turn ugly. I hate to say this, but I would love to know who's doing it and who's making the decision, because you went from a good thing inside the game for obtaining the companions to a potentially good thing inside the shop. But if you remember, guys, and I said this, go back inside some of my other videos and you'll notice that we were literally talking about, for around this same price, we were able to purchase 3-star companions directly from the shop. I get it. You put the companions now as a means to obtain inside the game, but you didn't. That doesn't mean that you devalue the shit that's inside the shop by taking stuff away. This should still be a 3-star, even if it's not a 3-star, you know, special companion selection box. It should still be a 3-star companion, even if that's just a straight up, like, you remember when we had the Hank Pym, or what was it? You could straight up buy the Ultron box and get, you know, Ultron shards, or you could straight up buy the, you know, Gilgamesh or the Cersei and all of those bundles. And it was a 3-star companion that you could straight up buy for around this price of $26.99. So now what you've told me is that my same $26.99 that I was spending on the companions previously is not worth the same anymore here. I hope that point is kind of being clear. Like, I feel like it's one of those things being lost in the conversation, especially when you add in these $44.99 bundles that's saying that you're not going to give players, you know, 3-star shards, where enough shards worth like a 3-star companion, or that's going to get you from this level to level 4. Now you've basically told players, I'm gonna give you 10 Hulk companion shards. Even if you thought this was a good deal because of the companion summon tickets and the crystals inside here, the optics are bad because you automatically see the companion shard Hulk at 10. The optics are just bad. Like, I could look at this, and I've gave the justification the other day. It's 2,000 crystals. The companion summon tickets is basically worth 2,000 crystals, at least by their estimation. So that's about 4,000 crystals in the entirety of the pack. And then you're basically saying the cost of 10 Hulk shards is basically $4.99 or $5, right? Cool. So at this point, then there should be a deal inside the shop that says for $3.99 or $4.99, I could just buy Hulk companion shards at 5 per squad. Do that. Or 10 per squad. Do that. So then you're like, that would have been more incentivizing than that. You know what I mean? Like, instead of saying for $44.99 you can get 10 shards, instead say for $4.99 you can buy 10 Hulk companion shards, and then put a max cap on that one of saying, you know, okay, 10. And I think the players would have been more like, oh shit, so I could buy 10 companion shards and it's only going to cost me $5. Here you go. Instead of me seeing this price of $44.99, $50, and going 10 companion shards, I don't know. Just put the goddamn thing in the shop right here in the beginning. It would have looked better to new players and everything that you just put it right up here in the beginning and was like $3.99 or $4.99, 10 Hulk or Thor companion shards, and now we go, oh, I can buy those 10 times. That's what I need too. It's just it's just. Who's at the marketing shop over there, guys? Who's there? Like, get rid of them, because they're bad. They're making the game look bad. Like, trust me, there's ways that you could have incentivized this very same bundle without making it so right away, especially when players are then able to see the whole fulfillment of the game. Because we're like, if I see $4.99 and 10 companion shards, I'm more likely as a player with a wallet that could purchase these things to go, let me think about the value of there. And you tell me that $4.99 pack, that $5 pack was basically there, and I could purchase it 10 times. Because now if I go inside there, I'm like, yeah, I only need to purchase those companion shards once or twice in order to get it to that 3-star level. Or I've gotten lucky, right? I've gotten lucky inside the companion summon tickets that I've maybe saved up or whatever, but I'm just short of maybe like 20 or 30 shards from this character. So now instead of doing that, I can go over here and I can pay the $5 in order to make up the difference, because I'm 20 short. So I'll buy it 2 times, and now I'll pay $4.99 so that I can have the whole companion shard, and now he's at 4-star, 5-star, right? That's the incentive. And then if you add something in like that later on to say $44.99 is going to be this and this and this, people are still looking at the thing to go, well, I still have another option, another route. But you're not giving players another route in order to actually spend money. Trust me. Change this and put this inside the shop and say that you're going to sell companion shards for the characters that you make during that one time, the event time period, $4.99 or $3.99, whatever it is that you want to do. $4.99 seems acceptable if that's what you're waiting 10 shards at, and you're going to say that that $4.99 is going to be a way for you to purchase 10 companion shards, and you put a cap on that at 10 per week or something like that, 10 per squad. I guarantee you players are going to pay for it, and they're not going to bitch about it. I guarantee you free-to-play players are probably going to look at it and they're not going to freaking say anything about it. I guarantee you whales will pay for it and they won't say shit about it. That's just the truth of the matter. But that's just me. That's just me looking at the summon tickets overall. So I like the event that's going on innately in the game. It's just where it pans out fully that needs to be given some more care and development inside the game. The last thing that people want to see inside the shop is these prices jumping. You know, like, it's nice to see now that we have the prices of $3.99, $8.99, and even the $26.99 is not necessarily bad, but this should be, it should be worth $3.99, $26.99 in terms of crystals. $16.50. I hate to tell them, you guys really need to make this the consumable tickets that you have inside here, the bundles. I hate to say this, this needs to be the standard inside here when we look at the crystal supply bundles, and you say that $26.99 is 3,000 crystals, $44.99 is 5,000 crystals, 10,000 crystals at $89.99. That is more alluring than anything. Like, it just is. It just simply is. I mean, I don't know what to say, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Until next time, peace.